In today's session, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a bird's eye view on business objects. Okay, so how it is going to be value added to your careers and what sort of content that we'll be discussing in our classroom. So that's what we'll be discussing. Okay, now so since first business objects, what is this business objects? Okay, so firstly, this business objects is a reporting tool. Okay, so we knew that business objects is a reporting tool. So what is the purpose? Yes, absolutely. Business objects is used to generate the reports. Okay, so it is a reporting tool. So what kind of reports that you can able to develop? You know what do you mean by report, right? So report consists an information which is very accurate as well as which is very precise, which will be helpful for the organization perspectives to analyze their organizational position, where they can evaluate their business, to sustain in the market as well as to take some decisions. They need some strong information. That is what a report. So reports consist of precise information, okay, which is very, very accurate, will definitely helpful for the company's evaluation for their day-to-day business. Okay, now I'll show you some generic report. What is meant by report? I'll show you some practical. I mean to say, okay. So here I'll show you some sample report. Yes, if you look at here, yes, this is also a kind of a report. Yep, where it is providing me a statistical information of my business starting from this month to starting from January 2006 to April 28. Likewise, okay, it is what daily trading values. Likewise, yes, if you look at this one, yes, this is also a strong report, which is analytical information. So with that, what your business can analyze the report, which will be definitely helpful to evaluate in a stronger way. So that's simple. If you have a proper information with you, you can take a right decision at the right time. This is what your business also required. So this kind of reports, very sophisticated reports, can be developed via business objects. Okay. So likewise, through these business objects, we can able to develop various types of reports. Okay, like for example, now here we go. For example, we can develop a reporting format called Web Intelligence Report. Okay, Web Intelligence Report. This is also one format of business objects. Secondly, dashboards and crystal reports, okay, and then quas, and then widgets. These kind of various types of reports can be developed via business objects. Now, you can ask me a question: why business objects is giving these many different formats of reports? Okay, can't we sustain with only one format of a report? Yes, absolutely, you can survive, you can sustain your business. But why business objects is giving these many various reporting styles or reporting formats? Because business objects is providing specific industry solutions. Okay, for example, let's say we are all been to ice cream parlor. Okay, what they offer, they will offer different flavors of ice creams, right? So what am I trying to do here? Based upon my taste, okay, based upon my taste and my nature, I will order specific flavor of ice cream. Similarly, over here, customers also will choose different flavors of reports. For example, based upon your nature of a data. For example, financial data, the data behavior is different, which means where you will see lots of transaction informations, withdrawals, deposits, cash flow, cash inflow and outflow. You will see most of the times in the financials. And pharmaceutical, you will have mostly medical related information. Similarly, insurance, likewise, based upon the behavior of their organization, they will choose different formats of the reports. Okay. Now, so why business objects web intelligence is recommended, which means webby reports, web intelligence reports. Why it is recommended? Why should I prefer this? Okay, what is the benefit? Simple. Irrespective of your mode of business in the sense, over here I'm talking about domain. It could be a telecom, or it could be a pharmaceutical, it could be insurance, whatever. Irrespective of it, web intelligence report is exclusively helpful to maintain. What is this? Ad hoc reports. Ad hoc report in the sense where end users, okay, which means business users, they themselves can able to develop the reports on their own instantaneously as per the need basis. Which means what? A person who is not having any technical knowledge, who don't know anything about the tool, they can also develop the report on their own on need basis. That is what the beauty of business objects. So that is the reason BO is providing one of the ad hoc reporting format called webby. Okay. Now you can ask me a question. Then why dashboards are presenting? Why business objects is giving dashboard as a reporting solution? Yes, dashboards are helpful for better visualizations of the data. Okay, better visualizations in the sense, if you look at here, okay, look at this example. Okay, see how effectively you have. I mean, this is just an example. Okay, this kind of reports even you can develop even in Excel also. That's fine. But this is just an example I'm letting you know. Okay, so very fabulous reports. Okay, very sophisticated reports. This is just an example. Okay, can be developed via business objects. That is in the form of dashboards. That is nothing but for better visualizations. Which means I'll tell you a generic example. For example, if you observe a car dashboard, where you will see speedometer, okay, and next to that you will see fuel indicator, and next to that you will see, weather report, and next to that you will see, acceleration speed of your vehicle, So what does it mean? In a single area, it is presenting different sets of information with a better visualizations. That is also an example for a dashboard. Okay, so that is exclusively helpful for your business, where end users can easily interact with the data. Okay, and next, crystal reports. Crystal reports are called as candid reports. Candid reports in the sense where end users, which means business users, can view the data, okay, which is developed by the BO technical persons, nothing but BO developers. Okay, so what is the advantage? Exclusively in the area of financials, financial information, for example, accounts, transactions, in such kind of areas, crystal report is recommended to see the dynamicity of the data, which means if you observe stock market, right, the fluctuations will happen for every second also, right? So if that is the case, then what is the recommended reporting application which business object is suggesting? That is what? Crystal reports. Okay. Now we have QAS. QAS is nothing but query as a web service. Query nothing but report. Okay. Which means what? Easy distribution of reports. Okay. Easy distribution of reports. Which means, for example, let's say I would like to send out a report to Jessica, example. Okay. Now what am I going to do? I no need to send the total attachment to her. Simply, I will share the URL of that particular report, so that once Jessica is hitting on that URL, the report will pop up, so that so that they can easily interact with that, as well as I can easily distribute the report also. This is one of the advantage with the business objects of QoS. Similarly, widgets. Widgets is nothing but, you might have observed on your phones, right, which is nothing but your smartphones, where you will see some icons on your screen, which is nothing but widgets. Yes, wherever you are using very frequent reports or frequent information, you will keep it as shortcuts and you will keep it on your desktop, right? So similarly, for the live data in the sense, for example, weather reports. Okay, weather report in the sense what, for every second the data is keep on changing. So what does it mean? You can't refresh the report for every 1 minute, right? So what I can do, that report I can keep it as a shortcut in my desktop, so that whenever the data is changed, the report will refresh automatically. Okay, so likewise you can use the widgets also. Okay, so this is the reason that business objects is providing various formats of a report. Similarly, you know what? Not only this, business objects is providing a hell number of reporting formats like Polestar applications. Okay, Polestar, Explorer reports. Okay. Explorer and analytics. So such kind of various applications are being supported by the BO tool. But each and every reporting format is having their own advantages. But out of these, right, out of so many formats, right, these three are the worldwide usage reporting applications of the business objects. Anywhere you go in the business objects projects, you will definitely see this reporting format. Okay, and these three would be very frequently used applications of your reports. Okay, now are we clear so far, Jessica and Shashank? So far.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, cool. How about you, Shashank?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now,
Yes, that's good.
okay. Now look at this. What is your responsibility being as a technical person? My responsibility is to develop this kind of reports. Am I right? I mean, just for an example. Okay. Of course, you will develop these reports through business objects. That's fine. Okay. But now look at this. Just an example. Don't worry. Okay, now look at this. So what is your responsibility? My responsibility is to develop this kind of very sophisticated reports. Now, the question here is, do you think that, are you developing the data also? Definitely not. So what does it mean? The development of reports is your responsibility. That's it. But getting a data or having a data in the report which is maintained by some other team. So what is this business objects then? Yes, this business objects is a what? Front-end application. Front-end application. So which means what? End user doesn't care, how you are getting, end user, being as an end user, they don't care how you are getting your data. Ultimately what they need, the reports whatever developed by you should have a better performance with the accurate results. That is what end user cares ultimately, right? So where he has to interact in a very effectively and efficiently. That is what end user cares. Then how we are getting a data into business objects reports, that is what. So there are some back-end applications has to be running on, right? Now look at this, here we go. See, this is what called as data warehouse. So where we will store, warehouse in the sense what? Where we will be storing what kind of information? Historical information. Your report consists what kind of information? Definitely historical information, because whatever the transaction done in even in 10 minutes back also, that is also historical information. Then how am I going to store the data? Yep. You will be storing the data in the form of various databases. Okay? Like, for example, this is HR data. Example. Okay? And, this is finance database. Database in the sense where you will be storing the physical data. Okay? Your organization will definitely consist different behaviors of a data like HR, finance, marketing, etc., etc. Definitely, am I right? Now look at this. See. See, where you will be storing the data in your respective warehouses. Now what are you going to do, Now you can ask me a question. Then how I will get a data into this warehouse? Yes. So there is some other team is working on the back end of you, which means that is what? ETL team. ETL nothing but extraction, transformation, and loading. So these ETL tools, you might have aware of this. What sort of ETL tools are available in the market? Yes, like, see, what sort of ETL tools are available? One is, Informatica, right? Data Stage, Abnitio, right? And then BODS, and then SSIS, etc., etc. Likewise, you have plenty of different ETL tools are available in the market. Okay. Now, so these ETL folks, which means what? They will load a respective data in the sense, if it is HR related data, they will load into HR database. Okay. If it is finance related information, they will load into finance database. Look at this. They will load into finance database. Similarly, if it is related to marketing data, they will load into marketing database. Likewise, they will load into respective informations of respective data. So they might load on a daily basis or weekly basis or weekly thrice, whatever it is the case. Now, and then what am I going to do, Now, accordingly, now being as a BO developer, you will be trying to develop one metadata layer, okay? One metadata layer. That is called universe. Now look at this. This universe is, I'll tell you what is meant by universe and all, you will come to know, don't worry about it. Now look at this. This is what, this is pointing to general ledger. So this is general ledger universe. Now, by pointing to this general ledger universe, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to develop reports. Okay. Likewise, based upon a single universe, you can develop thousands of reports. So this universe is nothing but a middle layer between a database and to the report. Similarly, you know what? You can develop one more universe. Look at this. This universe, look at this guys. This universe is pointing to what? Sales database. Okay. Now look at this. So this is sales. Now what am I trying to do? By pointing to sales universe, I'm going to develop sales reports. Likewise. Okay. So likewise, you will be trying to develop the reports. Now, then what are these? Till here, till warehouse. Okay. This is called, this will be called as backend applications. Okay. So now, yes, what does it mean? Yes, being as a BO developer, you are working in the area of front-end applications. But behind you, there are two teams are working. That is ETL team and another one is DBA team. DBA in the sense database administrator. Okay, database administrator. So now you can ask me a question. Without having these backend applications, can we develop these reports? Absolutely not. But you know what? Compared to the backend applications, you will have lot of job opportunities in the front-end applications, because every organization consists different managements. Management in the sense top level management, middle level management, low level management. And each and every different managements will have different sets of reports for each and every department, like HR, finance, marketing, likewise. So each and every department requires n number of reports. So that is the reason, if the number of reports requirement is keep on going, then you need a manpower like you. So that is the reason always for the front-end applications, you will have lots of job opportunities. Okay. Now, this is what. Okay. And one more thing. Always, end user never care about these back-end applications. If end user is not seeing a data into this, immediately he will reach to you, because that is the reason you have to available with the customers. That is the reason for the business objects reporting applications, you will have lots of abroad opportunities, because on-site opportunities where you have to sit next to the customer. If he encounters any issues, you should be in a position to help him. That is the reason business objects is having lots of on-site opportunities also. Okay? Yeah. So, likewise, your business objects will consist different back-end applications. It doesn't mean that always you'll have only these in ETL tools like this. No. Likewise, I'll tell you. Likewise, you'll have different other back-end applications also, like SAP BW, SAP BW BI. By pointing to this BW BI, you can directly develop a report. You don't need to have a universe. Now look at this. What am I going to do, Where? Now, BW is also one of the ETL tool. Okay, now look at this. Over here, you have a concept called WIX, Business Intelligence Consumer Services. Okay. So with the help of that WIX, you no need to have a universe. You can directly, generate the report by pointing to that WIX connection. Okay. Likewise, you can develop n number of reports likewise. See, likewise, you can able to develop n number of reports. Okay. Now look at here. If you observe here, business objects is supporting different backend applications. Not only, ETL of this one. Over here, I have different stuff altogether. And over here, I don't need to maintain a universe. Over here, I can maintain a connection, a simple connection, so that I can develop the reports directly. Similarly, BO supports, another reporting application called, HANA, SAP HANA, High Performance Analytical In-Memory Process. Okay. Now, by pointing to HANA also, you can develop a fabulous BO report, which means what? Yes, BO supports various kinds of backend applications. It's not doesn't support only one application. No. So irrespective of your backend application, right, you will be in a position to develop the report. That is the beauty of business objects. Okay. But in our classroom, we will be definitely learning these three different approaches. What we will be learning in our class. So we will be definitely focusing on all these approaches. Okay, look at this. So your BO is interacting with over here it is RDBMS databases. RDBMS database nothing but Oracle, Teradata, DB2, Sybase, etc., etc. Over here it is interacting with the BW, as well as over here it is interacting with the HANA platform. So you will be learning all these things in our classroom. Okay, so you don't need to bother at all with that. Okay, and you know what? The way of teaching our class would be we are focusing on our own customized database. Okay, we have our own customized database. Okay, where we will not use some default databases. No, it is purely customized databases where we can project you, where we can project you 90% of the real-time data. Okay, I'm not saying 100%, but definitely I can accommodate you a 90% of the realistic data, so that you will feel the liveness of the data, so that you will have a very comfortable zone even once you join any job. So that is the reason we are using our customized databases. I never ever use like the default tables like employee table, department table, nothing. Those are all not at all helpful once you join in any project. Okay, so this is what. Are we clear so far? Jessica and Shashank, are we clear so far?
Yes, yes, Ganesh.
I have some doubts.
Yes, please. So far.
Hello?
Yes, Shashank, please.
Yeah. Yeah, you said Webby helps us in helps the end user in creating ad hoc reports, right?
Yes.
And you said we will also be creating the reports. So
Yes.
what is the difference between end user and the BO consultant?
Exactly. Yes. A BO consultant will develop standard reports. Of course, the report type is Webby. Okay. But as a developer, I will develop standard report. Standard report in the sense that report end user cannot modify. They can only view and refresh. That is standard report. Okay. But end user would like to develop the report on his own. Then that is what ad hoc report. But the report format is same. That is Webby. So Webby report can be used in two ways. One is standard report and another one is ad hoc report. But what is the actual purpose? That is, the main purpose is ad hoc report. Is that clear, Shashank?
No, I was not just talking about Webby reports. On the whole, a BO consultant will be making only reports?
A report as well as this middle layers. The concept called universe. Okay?
Okay. Then can you please tell me what is the difference between the functional role and the technical role for, functional consultant and technical consultant in BO?
Exactly. You know what? First, business objects is a techno-functional subject. Okay? Because functional in the sense, who will give me the report requirement? How a developer will come to know, hey, this is the report level requirement and this report consists this kind of a data and this is the scope of a report. Okay, and what is the value added of this business? So who will let me know? That is what? A functional person. Okay, so that is called as business analyst, BS. Okay?
Okay.
Now, a technical person, what he has to do? He has to understand the requirement, he has to convert into technical aspects, and he has to develop the report like this. That is what? Your BO developer, a BO consultant, whatever you can call it as, BO developer or BO consultant, BO expertise, whatever. Okay?
Okay, if I want to enter into SAP, for me it will be better in a functional role in BO?
You know what? Functional role will have a limited scope, any organization, because out of, you know what, we are dealing with, in my team, I am dealing with the people of 32 members in my team, okay, where out of 32 members, I have only 2 BAs, okay, but the rest of members are 30 BO developers. So you have a lots of opportunities, okay, so that is one advantage.
Okay. So
Is it-
in your class, you will be teaching how to develop the BO.
Yes, how to develop the BO reports by understanding the,
Connections.
exactly what sort of, backend applications and what sort of data we might have, etc., will be definitely covered in our upcoming sessions.
And you will also be teaching about the business warehouse like that.
I mean to say, yeah, BW definitely. See, these three scenarios will be definitely covered, but I'm not going to brief you how to develop the components of BW. No, I'm going to brief you how to develop this business objects report when I have BW is the backend application. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That is what I'm going to brief, because if I touch how to develop the BW based components, then the course will take 6 months of time, because that is altogether different track of information. But the required knowledge will be definitely provided on top of this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? The persons who is not having a basic knowledge on the computer also, they can able to easily survive with business objects, because business objects is purely GUI based, which means graphical user interface.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to. Okay.
So where you no need to bother at all. Okay. Where you no need to bother at all about the, about the programming, because you no need to bother with the script. Script will be taken care by the tool itself. Absolutely, you no need to bother at all about the scripting part, like Java, .NET and all, right? You can say by to coding. Okay, it's purely auto-generated. Script will be generated by the tool itself. Okay, but you should have a basic knowledge. Okay, basic SQL knowledge you should have. If you are not aware of that SQL queries, I am here to let you know. I am here to educate you on those SQL queries. Definitely, that is my responsibility. Okay.
Okay. And on which version you will be teaching us?
I am using, as I told you, right? I am using a kind of a customized database. Hence, I am using SQL Server. Okay, SQL Server 2012.
No. I mean to ask BO 4.1.
Yeah, I'll come to that. I'll come to that point. I'm not yet there. Okay, I'm just talking about the SQL. Okay.
Fine.
Now, now, yes. Now coming to your question. Yes. Now we will be dealing with SAP BOBA 4.1 version. Okay, and BOBA 4.0 version also will be discussed in our classroom. Okay. The reason, this is the previous version and this is the current version. Now, imagine that a customer, has migrated from the lower version to higher version. Example, okay? From lower version to higher version. Then, how you will migrate the content? Okay? Am I right? So, how you will migrate the content? So then, business objects. You should know about version migration also, and you will definitely know the differences between the previous version and the latest version also. You will come to know about the differences. That is one thing. Okay, and apart from the, this is what a different topic altogether, but definitely we will be discussing that. Okay, because that comes under the admin activities. Okay, now as I told you, right, we will be developing how to develop these universes and how to develop these reports. So once I am done with that, I am going to brief you with security, called security modeling. Okay, which means defining access privileges on the reports. That is what a role of SAP BO admin. Till here, whatever you have seen, right, that is only related to the development. So only a development knowledge on the business objects never ever helpful to sustain for a longer duration in a single project. So you should have a skill of SAP BO admin as well, where you can define the user privileges. Okay, platform related issues, etc., will be covered over here. So
you will be covering all the topics related to BO administration.
Yes, where we'll be discussing Apache Tomcat, servers, performance tuning methods, etc., will be definitely covered. Okay, clustering and cloning, etc., will be covered. Yeah, this is what I'm going to discuss No problem. Now look at this. See, do you think that only business objects is a reporting solution? Definitely no. Likewise, we have what? Cognos. Okay? OBI. You know? MicroStrategy. And we have what? Web Focus. And we have SSRS. We have ClickView. And we have what? We have SAS. And we have what? W. Okay? Likewise, we have plenty of reporting tools. But out of these plenty of reporting tools, business objects is sitting in #1 position. You know why? Okay. Jessica, do you think that OBI platform can integrate, OBI reporting tool can integrate with SAP HANA and SAP BW?
No.
No. That is the disadvantage. That is the technical disadvantage. You know why? Most of the customers are using BW and HANA platform. So your tool is not supporting a huge volume of data. Then why should I prefer? So that is the reason. Business objects is supporting irrespective of your backend applications. Backend applications in the sense, it could be any one of these ETL, or it could be BW, or it could be HANA, or it could be a flat file, whatever it is. I don't care. Even, you know what? Business objects interact with Java, .NET also, XML files, you know, everything can be interactive. That is the major advantage. And you know, the second reason is, BO can have very sophisticated reports. I can send my reports to my mobile, where I can operate that report through my smartphone itself. I don't need to have a computer always. So that kind of a sophisticated features is holding with the business objects. That is the reason BO is sitting in #1 position.
Okay.
Is that clear, Jessica? This is a sort of examples, okay? But once we see into the technical aspects, right, you will definitely realize, okay, yes, this is a mature tool compared with some other tool. Yes, definitely. Okay? Anything else?
No, I'm good.
And you know what? Yeah, there are few other reporting applications like, you know, Lumira, etc., like information steward design and all. You know, out of 1,000 or 2,000 projects, you will use only one application like this. Okay, so you don't need to bother with that. That is the reason. Try to avoid the unwanted content. Try to focus on the required content of what your market is demanding. So that is the reason we are covering additionally BO admin activities. Okay?
Yeah.
So that is the major, because you should be in a position to deal with any kind of business objects work. Either it could be a development, it could be administration, whatever. You should not be in a position to hesitate. That is the reason we are providing development knowledge, version migration knowledge, security modeling, testing also you will be discussed. Because, you know, now you can ask me a question, why should I test my report? Yes, your responsibility to test the report is that you have to make sure that the data is accurate, right?
Yeah.
So definitely it is required. Okay? So that kind of aspects we'll be discussing in the upcoming classes. Yeah, definitely. You know what? I'll tell you. If you are thoroughful with these 3 reporting applications which I highlighted, you can deal with any of the reporting tool, not only a business objects. I am very particular sure. So definitely we will predominantly focus, definitely. Okay?
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
if you are thoroughful with these 3 plus this universe, you can deal with any type of a reporting tool. Okay? So you don't need to bother with that. So that, leave it to me.
Sure. Okay, only one question on BW. This BW 7.4 is the latest, right?
Yes, exactly.
That works only with the HANA? It doesn't work separately?
No, it is an associated product with HANA. Okay? And it also works with the BO also.
Okay, I mean to say on other databases BW 7.4 doesn't work?
It works. It works with all your RDBML databases also.
Because whatever courses I am seeing, I'm not seeing BW 7.4 separately. Everybody is marketing it as BW 7.4 on HANA.
Exactly. That is a marketing strategy of the SAP product, because they would like to promote HANA also. Absolutely. Because HANA is a newborn baby. Okay. Only few companies are using. So how they can promote it? So they have BW. So that is the reason they have integrated with that. So that is the marketing strategy of the SAP. Absolutely.
Okay, that means if we learn that one, that BW 7.4 also we will be learning. Along with that, on HANA also we will be learning. That's what you are saying.
No, HANA is a kind of only integration you will come to know. You know what? HANA is a kind of an ocean and BW is a kind of an ocean topic. So both are different tracks of information. So if you learn SAP BW 7.4, you will come to know only HANA integration. That's it. You never get an inside knowledge of the HANA. That's it.
Okay,
Okay,
no. I mean to say when BW 7.4 on HANA when I learn, I will come to learn full BW plus the HANA integration part, right?
No. You have to learn SAP BW differently plus HANA differently.
Sorry, I think I'm not asking the question correctly. I mean to say, if I learn BW 7.4 and HANA, will I learn BW completely?
So okay, let me correct me if I am wrong. Okay, now you would like to learn BW and HANA differently. Am I right?
No,
Both
I
are,
don't want HANA. I want only BW 7.4.
no, if that is the case, you will be much familiar with only BW platform, and a little bit minimal knowledge on the HANA also will be provided by the trainer, because somewhere around the integrations with HANA along with BW platform they will teach you. That's it. But you never get a 100% knowledge on the HANA if you learn only BI. Okay.
Yeah, understood. Thank you so much.